Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Oh. Okay. What is vibing? This is Vish, and today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
Is homosexuality against religion?
I'm a meditation coach and I've got hundreds of people on their meditation journeys. If you have any questions about it or want a one-on-one session with me, either comment down below or message me on Instagram at VishVibez. And today I'm here with Kai. Want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Kai. I'm 21. I'm from Dallas. I like to play the piano and I like to model for fun. And I am a student. I'm studying speech language pathology because I have a stutter and I want to help other people who stutter as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, being transparent about that. I think what you're doing is super noble, so thank you.
Thank you.
Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary who is truly enlightening the world. And with that, let's get right into the video.
Let's do it.
So I'm pretty sure everyone knows about Section 377 being decriminalized. Yeah. And I think most of the youth would have gone back home. We're very happy about this. And we talk to our parents and people from the older generation, right? So when we discuss something like this with our older generation, they said, we are not going to debate with you as such. We're not going to impose our perspectives on you. But this is not accepted in our religion.
Interesting.
So just want to know your perspective on, the LGBT community or homosexuality as such with religion.
Let's see, probably till now, largely in the social space, in the media space, in the social media space, everybody is pitching either for or against. Can we for some time not pitch for or against and simply look at the issue as it is? Can we? Look at me, I'm not a prude, okay? Let that be clear. So, when we say sexuality, let's understand this. It is something nature has put in us. Because there is something called as perpetuation of the race or the species, otherwise it won't happen. Of course, we being human beings, having more brains than body, supposed to, because of that, we kind of eliminated the reproductive part and just using the pleasure part of it, all right? This is sexuality right now largely in the world. But essentially, this pleasure also is come into the sexuality process because otherwise, well, if there was no pleasure to it, maybe we wouldn't be born, you and me. Our present parents would not have gone into it if there was no pleasure at all attached.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes or no? So we are here because of that. So there is no denying it or putting it under the carpet, that's not the thing.
Right.
But somebody has a certain kind of sexual preference which has got nothing to do with reproductive process as such. It is their personal preference.
Yes.
Because every individual has the right to do whatever the hell they want to do with their body because it's their body.
Yep.
But if it is something harmful, you're going to cut your nose off or you're going to cut something else off, then maybe we will try to prevent you. But you're not causing any harm to yourself in that way, then it's your business as long as you do something in your private. Right now, the Supreme Court decision is just that what a person does in their private space is nobody's business. Government need not enter people's bedrooms, that is the law.
Yep.
All right? Now, coming to this religious resistance, there's nothing religious about this. We don't have to discriminate against them, we don't have to persecute them, we don't have to put them in the prison, definitely it's not necessary. But at the same time, it doesn't need promotion either. So, you don't have to… when your parents say something, they may refer to their religion because they think it's an authority. You take away the authority, just listen to the words. If it makes sense, do it. If it doesn't make sense, tell them politely, that's not the way it is with me.
Right.
Right?
Wow. Wow, that was a really cool video about a very important subject, so I'm very grateful that Sadhguru did talk about this. I'm curious, Kai, what is your take on this?
My take on this, I thought it was a really cool video. I think it's an important one too, especially in this day and age. I liked how he, I guess, kind of took the stigma out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a very emotional topic for people who think yes or no on the subject, but I like how he just kind of made it very neutral. I'm gay, and it was difficult with my mom for a time. I guess she didn't understand it, maybe thought my life would be hard and that, but things have definitely gotten a lot better with her. Yeah, we don't really talk about it much, but I would rather have that than talking about it a lot, just because I know she still kind of differs on the subject with me. So I guess we've gotten more neutral about it as well. I don't really bring it up, and she doesn't really talk about it. And even though that's not really what I would necessarily hope for, it's definitely better than talking about it and us having disagreements.
Well, thank you so much for being transparent about that. I think it's a superpower, as I've told you before, about anything, whether it's mental health, about even your experiences being gay, and anything in life. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, and it's a gift that you have, and strength that you have to be so open. So thank you for that. It's really a privilege to be sitting next to you and just hearing that openness, and I think that really helps with anything, right? To me, it's not even about being right or wrong. I just think openness is very important, right?
For sure.
And so the fact that you've taken that step, and yes, you have that kind of experience or that type of relationship with your mom, I think is very important to bring into light, because the more you kind of, I guess, bring awareness to it, the more stigmas are kind of broken down right behind it.
That's true.
So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
That was a beautiful perspective that Sadhguru brought to light, and a beautiful story that Kai just shared with me. And I'll have to just say, I definitely resonate with both of them, and really just emphasize the idea that it's super important to be open-minded, especially in today's day and age. A lot of the strong opinions that a lot of not so open-minded people have, I think we'll have to just eventually, it's just a matter of time. I mean, the world is changing, the world is becoming more open. So it's just gonna be a matter of time before you're open to that view and open to a different type of person, whether it's their religion, whether it's their sexual orientation, whatever it might be. I think it really goes to show how wise what Sadhguru said was, because he says, I don't really care. There's no need to discriminate you based off of what you are, how you feel about certain things. And there's no need for the government especially to get involved with you, right? I mean, it was kind of funny. He said the government shouldn't enter your bedroom, right? Which I think is super important. And I think the article that she was talking about that got passed in India was with reference to, I think, gay marriage. I think, I could be wrong, being legal. And it just goes to show how there still needs to be a lot more work done in today's current world. The US, luckily, right, has been open about accepting gay marriage, which is a beautiful thing. And I think India as well. I'm not too sure, but I think that's what she was referencing with the article. So I will definitely recheck on that. But there's still a lot of countries today which are not open about it. And as I mentioned earlier, it's just gonna be a matter of time before you have to open up to just being open-minded. Having different views about politics, religion, sexual orientation, it's okay to have discussions about it. And that stigma that he mentioned that parents have, I can definitely relate with that, because growing up with an Indian background, topics like sexuality was kind of suppressed. And a lot of the conservative, even Indian backgrounds, for example, don't like to talk about any of that stuff. And so it's important not to criticize it, not to put it down, but to be open about it, as Sadhguru says. And there's just a lot more important things to work on in life, right, than focus on discriminating people. I don't personally agree with that at all, with how certain closed-minded people might be today. So that is what I kind of felt about this. Very grateful again for Kai sharing her story and experience about this topic. And she obviously has a very personal connection to this.
I think that at some point, a person's happiness is more important than your need to tell them how to live. And you have to decide if you would rather make someone live the way you want to live or have them be happy. And so I think that that's a choice that you have to make as a parent someday.
Yes.
If your child is doing something that you may not necessarily agree with.
That's spot on. And even for me, actually, personally, I can just maybe speak for others. For example, coming from like an Indian or Asian background, there's a lot of restrictions with not only sexual orientation, but even career choice. So you have to be a doctor, you have to be an engineer. And so I really do think that it's important to be open with, you know, how your kids grow up. And I guess seeing past that, because even for me, for instance, there are certain preferences, right, for what I should be doing with life. I guess seeing past that, I think we both know that our parents do have the best of intentions for us. Maybe they just don't know how to go about it and expressing it. but at the same time, it is kind of our choice, as he says, with how we should be able to live. And so thank you again for really just mentioning that as well to the viewers. I think it's super important to understand that. I mean, we as ourselves have enough problems and things to work on, so I really don't think it's important for you to waste your time in getting involved with other people's stuff. If you have any other video requests that we should react to, please comment that down below. Also, we'd love to hear your thoughts about this video and our reaction, and so please also comment that down below too. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Make it a great day, take it joyfully, and stay
Conscious.
Great.
All right.
Awesome.